Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to That's Football. We're back again with another not Champions League, it's not the Champions League, it's definitely not the Champions League yet. We're back again with another Premier League watch-along. I hope you're all doing very, very well. I'm excited about the action we've got for you tonight because there's so many games going on. We had a taster of it last night, but tonight it's a little bit different. We've got Liverpool Newcastle featured at 8 o'clock. I'll be watching two games at once, and I'm sure many of you will be as well. But we've got Arsenal versus Aston Villa kicking off in about 5 minutes' time. Bournemouth kick off against Wolves at the same time. Man City host Nottingham Forest at 7:30. And then in between that, at quarter to 8, we've got West Ham playing Tottenham as well. So there's lots and lots to keep us up to date and keep us focused on this watch along today. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and get involved. As you can see, you will have the Liverpool team news whizzing by. You'll also have the live table which will update as it is. You'll have the Arsenal team news, the Villa team news, the Newcastle team news, the stats as well. It's all going to be going around at interactive, updated stats carousel. So get involved. You're all very, very welcome. I hope you're all doing very, very well. So let's go through the first thing I want to do is just go through the team news for Arsenal and Villa because they're about to be kicking off soon. Ramsdale in goal, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel Cherney, Xhaka, Lokonga, Saka, Odegaard, Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus. There is no Partey or El Nini. They're both injured, aren't they now? But they do have Tomiyasu on the bench. Zinchenko is still out injured as well. Villa, very, very much under pressure. Villa, Martinez, Cash, Konza, Mings and Digne, McGinn, Kamara and Ramsey, and then Bailey, Watkins and Bendia. I actually think Gerrard's probably done the right thing a bit too late here. He can't play Ings and Watkins, and quite rightly he's dropped him. He's dropped Coutinho as well. Maybe, I mean, look, I think if Aston Villa lose this game, that Gerrard's in big trouble. I mean, I don't know whether they would actually sack him, but he's got to be considered to be in big trouble, hasn't he? Let's be fair. I'm just setting up my little notepad to put the other game I'm going to watch on because Man City are kicking off against Forest at 7:30 as well. So I want to see some goals going in for that one. I have got Haaland as my captain in FPL. I had a horrible night last night. Horrible night last night in my fantasy Premier League. Rodrigo going off injured. I had Mendy and Cucurella both getting nothing. So yeah, looking forward to tonight and hopefully we get some good games because we're worth it. L'Oreal. We're worth it. Come on. Get on. Mark, thoughts on Chelsea's 50 million bid for Alvarez to Ajax, says Christian. He's a good player, Alvarez. I don't think Ajax fans and European lad can survive losing Alvarez as well. I think their team has basically been gutted. Absolutely gutted and left their fans absolutely gutted. Rest in peace, Haaland. Goldbridge has jinxed him. Yeah, probably a fair point. Probably a very fair point, but hopefully I mean, look, I'd love Man City to drop points. I've never even considered that might happen. Actually, never even thought about that. So, maybe there's opportunity there. I very much doubt it. I can go through the team news for that with you in a minute if you want. But yeah, I don't think we will see any upsets tonight. I think Liverpool will beat Newcastle. Arsenal will beat Villa. Man City will beat Forest. I think the West Ham game's quite interesting. To be fair, West Ham against Spurs. I mean, Villa have got a chance. I was thinking about this before. I think Villa have got a chance if they play the way that they have played a long time ago. When you look at the Villa 11, it's good enough to give Arsenal a game. The problem is Arsenal are fluid, confident, and playing good football, and Villa under Gerrard just aren't. So I think Arsenal will win this game. To be honest with you, Mark, is it true that you're an investigator of crimes? Says Football at its best. A long time ago. A long time ago. Let me just get rid of some of these idiots in the chat. Mark, do you fancy a trip to Sweden? Loved the FIFA, says Manchester is blue. Oh, it was horrible. Horrible. And Ronaldo to Chelsea, odds tumbling, says Majek. Look, anything can happen in the last day. Anything can happen. This transfer window has been weird. I think it's been dictated by Barcelona, and I still think that Barcelona might be able to get Bernardo Silva, which is crazy considering Pep Guardiola will not want to sell Bernardo Silva, and Bernardo Silva is playing tonight for Manchester City. I just don't see how that happens. But yeah, I think anything can happen. I tweeted it earlier. I think Chelsea will do something crazy in the transfer window in the next 24 hours, whether it's Neymar, whether it's Leao, whether it's De Jong. I just don't know whether it's Ronaldo. I doubt it would be Ronaldo. I can't see how United give Chelsea Ronaldo. I think that would just be stupid, absolutely stupid. I mean, Chelsea and Man United are probably the two teams most likely not to get top four at the moment. Why would you strengthen them? So yeah, I don't understand why you would do that. But Lingard's on the bench for Forest tonight, interestingly. So you wouldn't have thought that would happen, would you? You really wouldn't have thought that would happen, but it has happened. What channel's Arsenal on? They're all on BT. They're all on BT tonight. So literally can cover everything. I've got Man City and Forest on this one, and I've got Arsenal and Villa on the big screen. At 8 o'clock, I'll definitely go Liverpool, Newcastle. Although the featured games basically are Arsenal, Villa and Liverpool, Newcastle. But to be honest with you, what happened last night is the Fulham Brighton game was so good, we ended up watching that. So everybody's got a chance, probably except for Bournemouth Wolves. That'll be boring as shit. But West Ham Spurs might be an interesting one to keep an eye on as well. I have got some fancy Premier League players playing in this. I've got Ben White, Odegaard and Jesus. Kulusevski. I've got Salah as well. I've got Nathan Collins for Wolves. So I could potentially do something, but we're off here. And it's Arsenal at home to Villa, and it's Man City at home to Forest. They've kicked off, as has a couple of other games actually, because I think that Bournemouth and Villa, Bournemouth and Wolves have kicked off as well. Then it's West Ham, Tottenham in 15 minutes, and Liverpool, Newcastle at 8 o'clock. So we got you covered tonight. We got you all covered tonight. Dylan's captain Kevin De Bruyne, he's on the bench. Is he? I didn't realise that. Jesus has just gone down here with a bad shin. He'd be all right. He's just had a knock. He's had a bit of a knock. He's getting up. He's fine. De Bruyne is on the bench. He's playing Gundogan, Rodri and Bernardo Silva, and De Bruyne is on the bench. I presume Jack Grealish is ill at the moment because I've not seen him on the bench for a while. Mark, do you think Liverpool will sign a midfielder, says Carl. Liverpool aren't normally the club who do something on transfer deadline day, so I don't know. Vincent says, I've got to love these midweek fixtures. I'll talk to you about De Jong in a minute. I just want to talk about these games as they start. Arsenal starting with a lot of possession, and he's given a foul on Odegaard there. I like this as well. I do like this as well, where you can watch every game at the same time, or have a couple of screens on. I think this is the way football should be consumed in the Premier League, but obviously that's not what the Premier League want. Chance for Arsenal to win the league, says Al Zabi. The thing is, you can be the second best team in England and be miles away from Man City. Man United, we did this a couple of years ago. We finished second in the empty stadiums with Ollie. We were nowhere near Man City. So, if Arsenal were the second best team in England, that would be amazing for Arsenal fans. But it's not just that. You've also got to... I've said this for a few years now. Even if Liverpool or Man, one of them drop off, the chances of them both dropping off are minuscule. And the cold, harsh reality is that the points accumulation of Liverpool and Man City when they're at it is ridiculous. Arsenal will not win the league, in my opinion, and many Arsenal fans' opinion, because they've not been in the Champions League for 4 or 5 years, and you're expecting them to go and hit 90 points. How do you go from 5th in the league and hit 90 points? And I think that's what you would need to do. I think Arsenal just need to take it every game as it comes and then see what happens, really. We're just being joined by some United Stand viewers. You're welcome. I think Beth's just finished over there as well. So I didn't know it did that. Welcome to the show, United Standers. We are going to talk about Frankie de Jong actually in a moment. But Arsenal and Villa have just kicked off. Man City at home to Forest has kicked off as well. Man City having a lot of the ball. Villa are in here, and it's a bad... Oh, no, it's not a bad... Oh, it's a goal kick. Goal kick. It did fall to Bendia, but he didn't connect very well with it. Bit of a mix-up at the back four here for Arsenal. I thought that Gabriel missed the first header for us. It was a catalogue of errors, actually. Gabriel lost the first header and then missed the second. Gabriel really had a bit of a nightmare there, but luckily nothing came from it. Mark, which Man United player would you say has got the best loan move? I'd say Hannibal. Where's Hannibal gone? Has he gone to West Brom or has he gone to Birmingham? I don't know trading cards. I've not taken a lot of notice, to be honest with you. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. You're very, very welcome. On That's Football. Loads of watch-alongs this year and every World Cup game. It's going to be weird in November when the Premier League stops and we just all go into International World Cup zone, won't we? But that's where we'll be. We'll be on here for all of that. So make sure you get involved. Is Isaac starting tonight? I believe he is. I will give you the Newcastle team news, in fact. We may as well go through the team news while these games are just kicking off and getting up and running. Liverpool will start off with Alisson, Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk and Robertson, Elliott, Fabinho and Henderson, Salah, Firmino and Diaz. But Newcastle will start with Pope, Trippier, Lascelles, Byrne, Targett, Willock, Longstaff, Fraser, Almiron, Isaac and Joel Linton. No St Maximin for Newcastle. I don't see Newcastle getting anything here. I really don't see that they'll get anything. I can't see it at all. And the only other game I haven't really told you the lineups for: Fabianski, Kufal, Zuma, Kera, Creswell, Soucek, Rice, Bowen, Fornells, Benrahma, Antonio. He's put Skamaka must be injured for West Ham because he's not even on the bench. So no place for Skamaka. Spurs, Lloris, Sanchez, Dyer, Davies, Emerson Royale, Perisic, Højbjerg. Basuma starts instead of Bentancur, Kulusevski, Son and Kane. So Bentancur looks like he may be carrying an injury as well because he's not available. So a couple of changes there. Skamaka not playing for West Ham and not on the bench. And Basuma makes his first full start for Spurs in the Premier League since joining them from Brighton. And Bentancur is not on the bench. Richarlison is, though. So a couple of changes there, But still 0-0 in all the games at the moment. Bentancur is injured, says Gershoven. Thank you very much. Apollo says, come on, Forest. Yeah, please do subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. I'm not over 6 foot tall, I'm 6 foot. And if anything, I'm probably just under 6 foot because as you get older, you do shrink a little bit. So I'm actually probably a little bit under now. Okay, I've just got to update something here. So Bernardo Silva down the right-hand side for Man City here. But it's been quite a good start from Villa here. They've been quite competitive and they're giving Arsenal a bit of a game. Can't wait for Man United against Arsenal next week, by the way. It's going to be very interesting. On Sunday. Sunday, in fact. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to that. Arsenal on the attack here with Saka. Does very well. Bit of a shirt pull there, but it was not enough to force a foul. And Mings goes in on Saka, who thinks he should be getting a penalty. It'd be very soft. He really wants it. Do you want it, Saka? I do. He's really wanting a penalty here. I'd have to see that again. It would be very, very soft penalty, I would agree. But they're not showing it back at the moment. I'd have to see this again. Looked a little bit clumsy by Mings. He's checking it. He is checking it. Am I involved in the Sidemen charity match? No. I thought there was a chance that I thought I might get invited, but no. No, that's never a bloody penalty. What? Saka just jumps in the air. What? For what? No, that's not a penalty. That's never a penalty. Not enough. Not enough. You know my Sky Go always fucks up. No, I just want TV Guide. Toss on. Will Gerrard get the sack? I think he might be gone if he loses the game after this one. Who've they got at the weekend? That's a good point. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Depends who they've got at the weekend, mate. So on Saturday, Villa are playing Man City. Oh, You might be right. If he loses tonight, he's losing on Saturday, and they'd have, what, 3 points from 18? I think you might be sacked. You might be sacked, Gerrard. Edison Alvarez to Chelsea, says Joe. He's a good player. He's a good player, man. He's a good player. Is Dyche waiting for the Villa job or the Everton job? Joe, I would really hope that if Villa did sack Gerrard, they would go for... they would try their very best to get Potter. I really do not think that Dyche is the right man for Aston Villa, if they know what they're on about. And nothing against Sean Dyche. Stop being a snob, Goldbridge. I'll do a great job at Aston Villa. I'll bring some wood with me. We'll get clean sheets and lots of goals with headers. Yeah, I don't fancy Dyche as a Villa guy, to be honest with you. I said I was going to talk about Frankie de Jong, by the way. Look, I've been 90% on Frankie de Jong. I've got a T-shirt on Frankie de Jong, and it's here. You know, I don't hide it. It was what we were led to believe was going to happen. Burning it tomorrow night or keeping it in the loft. But there is a little bit of a feeling that because Erik ten Hag said that a club like Manchester United has got to be alert for a great opportunity in the transfer window. Good save by Martinez from Jesus there. He got it. TV, blame the cameras. He got it down the right-hand side. 2 Villa players with him, but he gets the shot off in the box. And lovely little ball in by Odegaard. And it was a great save by Martinez. Brilliant free kick by Odegaard. Lovely take by House. Quality. That's a quality action by Jesus there, and it's a good save. It could have been 1-0. Thank you, Mark, for making me see my country win the World Cup. Things I thought I would never see, says Frederick Eriksson. He's winding me up. He's having a laugh. I'm not over it, Frederick. Corner, Arsenal. Villa get it away a little bit. Knocked back in, headed away. Bit of head tennis here. Still in the box. Edge of the box. He's still got it. Oh, Villa. Arsenal pushing here. Gabriel. Oh, just wide and a corner as well. Arsenal pushing and knocking on the door here. They are knocking on the door. Poch to Villa marks as vicious. I mean, yeah, I think Pochettino would be somebody that Villa would take. Got my driving test next week, says Shane Maguire. Need more driving with Goldie for that motivation. And thank you, Mark, for making... Yeah, thank you. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Arsenal are pushing here. That would have been going in, but it deflected wide. They've gone with the corner. What's Villa's marking here? Comes to Saka on the edge. Gabriel. They've got it again. Villa can't clear. And it's shot and it's straight at Martinez. And Gabriel wants something. I don't know what he wants. You don't want to get it. So it stays 0-0. Yeah, on De Jong, there's just a little bit. I mean, Romano said that Man United would love to sign Frankie de Jong, but nothing's changed in 3 months. He doesn't want to leave. There's been a few stories that never say never until the door is shut. I think Barcelona would love to get Silva. I think Barcelona would love to sell De Jong, but De Jong doesn't want to go. So I think it's just a weird transfer, really. Harry Maguire swap for Frankie de Jong, says John. Well, I think we'd all do that, wouldn't we? But it's not likely. Villa on the attack here. Leon Bailey does well. Cross comes in. Ramsey heads it. I think if Villa are informed with the players that they got, they could get something here tonight. But I just think their confidence is rock bottom. Got a goal for City. Haaland. So if you've captained him like me, we've got a goal. I've not seen it yet because I'm on Sky Go, so it'll be a little bit delayed. Gundogan, Foden, Haaland, goal. 1-0. Just easy. Training ground routine. There's a bit going on. Yellow card for Ramsey as well in this game. Lovely ball in by Foden. It's a hard one for that to deal with. That's a really hard one for Forest to deal with, to be fair. Keeper probably can't come in time. Bit stuck on his line, Henderson there. Defenders lost Haaland. He's been muscled out of it. It's the strength of Haaland. That's the issue. It's the strength. The centre-back is trying their best to hold him off there, but they're just not strong enough. I don't get the De Jong hopes. Why would a player who has repeatedly made it clear he wants no part of United as the LMH? I think until what I would say about De Jong is until the window closes, there's not a lot you can say, is there? 1-0 to Forest, 1-0 to Man City inside, just outside 12 minutes. And it's Erling Haaland with the goal. Yeah, so I think with Frankie De Jong, the rumours will persist. I don't see United doing any more business. Garner's gone today. The only deal they would do on last days is De Jong because they know Ten Hag wants him and they know there's a fee been agreed. But we won't be going for anybody else. Foden got the assist. Jake, you're absolutely correct. I picked Jesus over Haaland in FPL, says Ronan. I've got them both, but Haaland's my captain. Haaland could score a lot of goals in the Premier League. I mean, literally, he could score easily 30 Premier League goals. Window closes at 11 o'clock tomorrow night, I think. Like Contemporary says, that Haaland might touch 30 goals. He might. And one thing that everybody knows about Haaland, but he probably doesn't get massive focus on, is his ability to be strong. Here's Odegaard. Nice little ball into Jesus. This should be a goal. Martinez, he's having a good start. It's a goal for Odegaard. Oh, it's not. He's blocked it. It's a goal. Oh, it's blocked again. They want a handball on Mings, but I'll tell you what, Villa. Arteta's sat like this. He can't believe it. But Odegaard wants this to go to VAR. Look at the weight of pass by Odegaard there. Slips in Jesus. Mings bullied off it. Good save by Martinez. Villa not clearing properly. Yeah, that's not a handball by Mings. Look at Mings celebrating a block. Yeah, that won't be a penalty. Corner to Arsenal. Cleared away. They're knocking on the door, Arsenal. And they're looking very confident. It's a good intensity from them as well. This is a lovely ball. Lovely ball by Mings to get to Watkins, that is. It's hard to see how Villa get anything from this. The intensity and the chance creation from Arsenal is so good. Jesus is playing really well. How is this 0-0, says Juice. It's been really good tempo to it. As for Forest, 1-0 down already, and it's defence against attack. You wonder, is it just about damage limitation? I didn't see the big chance for Forest, Jake. I don't know whether that's a joke or not. Of course, Bournemouth playing without their manager. Sacked him yesterday. Tate says, I think Man City always get really easy fixtures. They're easy for Man City because they're so good, mate. They play everybody else that everyone else plays. I'm just looking at this Forest chance here. Cross comes in on the back post. It's not a bad chance on the back post. Probably should get it on target. Side netting. Got a lot of the goal to aim at. Should be getting that on target, really. So this Joel Glazer can sanction the transfer of Garner but won't sign the likes of Dest alone because of Aaron Wan-Bissaka and his wage. Gakpo 25 million or Tielemans 25 million, says Mean Mustard. Tielemans is a good player, good player to mention. I mean, Leicester have got a game tomorrow. I think it looks like Tielemans is going to stay for a year and run his contract down. But I was always told Arsenal would go for him late on, and I think there's a deal for Arsenal to do, and I don't know why they've not done it. I mean, Arteta did say he'd like to get a couple of more players in about 3 weeks ago, and they've not brought anyone in since. So I am surprised that Arsenal haven't brought a couple of players in. And, you know, people talk about titles for Arsenal. I don't think any Arsenal fan genuinely thinks that, but top four has to be the thing for Arsenal. And I do worry about whether they... Well, I don't worry about it, but I do think that, you know, are they going to make the same mistake as January where they didn't buy anybody and they didn't get top four? I think they do need to bring some players in, Arsenal. Oh, lovely run here. Kamara's done very well, though. Very good tackle. Very good tackle. Good battling going on. Some good tackles going in from both teams, to be fair. Spurs have kicked off. Thanks, Victorum. That cross by Foden was very good, you know, for Haaland. Johnny from the Donny, thanks for becoming a member. If you want to subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner, please do. You're very welcome on That's Football. We do loads of watch-alongs on here. We're currently on 752,000, so bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Thanks everyone who's getting involved. I'll tell you what the weekend fixtures we're doing in a minute. I know I'm doing the 3 o'clock games on Saturday as well. Funny thing is, I think Man City are quite vulnerable this year, but even then they're going to be so bloody good. And I think the great contrast here is if you're watching the Man City game and you're watching the Arsenal game, Jesus is such a bloody good player, isn't he? He's such a good player. And you know, Man City got rid of him. Do you think Forest will stay up? They've got enough players to do it, but they need to start finding a way of winning games. I mean, to be fair, Spurs at home, and then Man City away. You're probably not going to expect to win those sort of games. They're going to have to beat the Bournemouths. They're going to have to beat the Fulhams. They're going to have to beat the Southamptons. That's what they're going to have to do. And until they start playing those sort of games, it's hard to say. We've had 20 minutes here at the Emirates, and Arsenal have played well, and Villa have defended well. Can I get an Arteta out, says RN. I don't think we'll be hearing much of Arteta out. Although I did get sent... I got sent this... no, I'm not going to say it, but... No, I can't be bothered. But basically... I do think there are still Arsenal fans out there that if he lost tonight, they'd be going, I told you so, Arteta out, this is why he's got to go, he can't win the league. Do you think Brighton will finish in the top 10, says Aqua? I mean, I think it's a great achievement if Brighton stay in the top 10, but it's very difficult for a club like that to do that. What you going to do when Dyche coming to Bournemouth, says Tuna? What you going to do? What you going to do when Sean Dyche runs wild over you with my big pier at Bournemouth? Odegaard, Martinelli and Jesus captain in my FPL since week 1, says Jack. I think it's a lot. I've got Odegaard and Jesus, but I haven't got Martinelli. Elias, that's not very nice. He says, I hope Haaland gets a serious injury. I think Haaland does pick up the odd injury, but I don't think he's injury prone. I mean, Villa have created sod all. I mean, it really is defence against attack. I just think it's a matter of time. No way Kroenke buys more players with Arsenal sitting at the top, says that guy. Oh, Saka! It was the offside anyway. Timo Saka. What a miss on the back post. It's 2-0 to Man City, by the way. Haaland's just scored again. But Saka, I don't know whether he's offside here, but he has a great chance on the back post. Haaland's going to get another hat-trick here, isn't he? No, he's onside. Oh, he's got to bury that. He's got to bury that. Oh, a crap kick out by Henderson. Henderson's got this ball. It's a terrible kick out. What the fuck is he doing there? If that's De Gea, he's getting absolute pelters. What a bit of play by Man City. That's on Henderson. I'm sorry. That is completely on Henderson. And this is what gets on my nerves. Like, all these United fans who can't stand De Gea. I don't think Henderson's the answer. Go and buy bloody Monier. What's his name? The Milan goalkeeper, or that trap fella from Eintracht Frankfurt. But this obsession that Henderson's the man. If you think Henderson's the man, watch that kick out. It's bloody rubbish. Second assist for Foden. I mean, Henderson, under no pressure, kicks the ball to a Man City player and they just pass it through. Do you believe if Ronaldo was forced in a bench role this season that it would actually prolong his career, says Tyler Wilson? Haaland's got 2 goals anyway. It's 2-0. I've got him as captain. HKN says Henderson's not good. Well, he's totally at fault for that goal. He wasn't at fault for the first goal, but he was there. Do we know what Haaland's release clause is going to be? Even if it's 125 million, I think every major club is after him. I think he'll hit 30 Premier League goals, says Joshua. I don't think his release clause will kick in for a couple of years. Johnny says, you look knackered, mate. If you want to chat, you're more than welcome. I'll take one for the team. What are you on about, mate? Mark, feel like Arsenal has peaked too soon, says Subba. No, they're playing well. They are playing well, Arsenal. I think it's a matter of time. Well, Haaland at the moment is doing exactly what many people thought would happen, didn't he? Oh, hold on. Watkins does quite well. Bailey, good tackling though. Arsenal, I mean, say what you like about Arsenal, but their work rate's fantastic as well. The intensity they work with. Arteta's really got them going. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Haaland's on a hat-trick already. 2 goals in 25 minutes. And 0-0 between Arsenal, Villa. West Ham and Spurs have kicked off. Still 0-0 there. And I believe it's still 0-0 between Bournemouth and Wolves, which it is as well. So lots going on there. Remember, we've got our stats carousel going round. Those stats are updating by the second for you for Arsenal versus Aston Villa. And then you'll have the team news going round as well for you to get involved in. So lots to go. And also the league table will be as it stands, as it's going through. So Man City are probably there. His release clause kicks in 2024, says Cal. Yeah, I would figure that would probably be the case to, next summer. What's the record for Premier League goals in one season, says Crack. I think we're all thinking that, aren't we? Vlahovic would have been a good player for the Premier League, Chris. I think Arsenal thought they were going to get Vlahovic. There's a question for you. Would Arsenal fans rather got Vlahovic in January or end up with Jesus now? Tough one. I think they both... Well, I think Jesus is doing very well for Arsenal. I think Vlahovic would have done well as well. Bendia, nice ball. Good tackle by Gabriel. Back into Bendia. Straight at the Ramsdale. As much as I don't like to say this, do Arsenal look like a well-oiled machine, says Dejan? They look very good at the moment, Arsenal. Jesus suits us better, says Deflected Mind. I'll tell you what, I'll do a poll. We'll do an either or. Jesus and Vlahovic. Get in the poll. Get in the poll. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with That's Football. Everybody's welcome on here. Good night of football here. The only goals so far have been Erling Haaland's. 2. Salah's 32 is the best ever Premier League score. I know Ronaldo had a good year when he was on the wing, but I think a lot of those goals were... did he score 38 goals in a season? But I think he shared those out across Champions League and FA Cup as well. Mark, do you agree Bellingham is the best English young player about and he has to start for England? I do, Alex, but I don't think Southgate thinks that. Another corner here for Arsenal. Dest is going to AC Milan, apparently. We stick with Wan-Bissaka. Another corner here. Saka's on it for Arsenal. Look at that lovely London sky as night turns to day, or day turns to night. And Villa have got a bit of time to clear this. Terrible clearance again. Their clearances have not been great from Villa tonight. But so far they've been okay. I've got penalties for Spurs. I'm going to go to it, don't worry. No, I'm not. God, there's got to be a quicker way. There's got to be a quicker way. Penalty to Villa. What are you talking about? I'm watching that game. Yeah, penalty to Spurs. Cross came in. Oh, that's harsh. I've missed the Arsenal goal. I'm just looking at Spurs and I've missed the Arsenal goal. Idiot. Idiot. It's a bit of a harsh penalty. Arsenal are going to get their arses handed to them Sunday. Love Johnny from the Donny. Let's watch this Arsenal goal back. Down the left-hand side. It's the keeper's error. Jesus makes it 1-0. Jesus scores. If you've got Jesus in your team, I have. But it's a keeping error. I think that's a penalty for Spurs. I do. I think his hand's in an awkward position. Hits him on the head. Reminds me of the goal in the... Reminds me of the penalty in the Community Shield. The handball that Nunez had on Diaz. His hands... You've got to give a penalty for that. I think you've got to give a penalty for that. Arms up like that. Who do you think Klopp was referring to as the midfielder that turned them down? Tchouaméni at the start of the summer, Daniel. What would your London 11 be using all London clubs, says Jack? I'll come to that. It's a good question. Arsenal are going to get there. Yeah, I've done that one. Okay. Thanks everyone who's watching. They're still trying to make their mind up in the VAR. That's a penalty for me. His arm's in an unnatural position. That's a penalty. I can't believe how many times they're looking at it. Zane's laughing. Zane's happy. Arsenal are winning. It's a massive delay. Yeah, it's a bloody penalty. Why can't they just... why won't they just give it? – 75% of you went with Jesus over Vlahovic, by the way. Fair play. It's going to VAR. I can't believe how many times they're looking at this. No, he's not giving it. Shocking ref in that. Inconsistency again. It's the inconsistency that winds people up. That's the problem. It's inconsistency in VAR that causes the massive problem, because we saw one of those in the Community Shield when Darwin Núñez headed it and it hit Diaz on the arm. Very, very similar and not given. So there we go. It is what it is. But it remains 0-0 in that game. Arsenal winning this game had been much the better team. Oh, apparently it hits him on the head, Mark, before it hits his head. Oh, does it hit his hand? Is his hand in the air? Penalty. Clear pen. All right, we'll run a poll. Don't care if it hits his arm before he's hit his head. His head's up in the air. His hand's in the air. His head's always going to be up in the air. Pen or not? Poll. Yes or no? Big up, Mark. I think Arsenal will drop off when Europa kicks in. They don't have enough depth, says EJ. Well, that's the next step, isn't it? We've got a mini step now with playing midweek game for the first time. But the next step is going to be whether teams can deal with Thursday night football. Obviously, I think... what a shot and a save there. Was it Declan Rice? Good shot. Yeah, Declan Rice, edge of the box. Hit it well. Lloris dealt with it. It's the rule, Mark, says Cush. If it hits the head first, it can't be a penalty. Well, I think it's a pen. But the trouble is, the rules are so inconsistent as well. Look at this hit by Declan Rice. Left foot as well. Shame it didn't have any direction on it. I'm telling you now, Arsenal fans. Loving all these Graham polls, says WW. I'm telling you now, Arsenal fans. I don't want to jinx you, but I think you're home and hosed here. I just think you're better than Villa, and you've already got the 1-0 lead. I'm just going to actually change the game. I'm going to go to Liverpool, Newcastle. I can change quite quickly now, which is good. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner, Arsenal leading 1-0. Liverpool are all over Newcastle at the moment. I expect them to win. My predictions for tonight: Arsenal win, Man City win, Liverpool win, Wolves win, and I think Spurs will beat West Ham as well. Arsenal's first big test is Sunday, Old Trafford. Home and hose means won. You're right. You've got home. You've had a bath, and you're in bed. You've won. You've won the day. 57% of you say it was a penalty, and 43% say no. Farhan is an Arsenal fan. He says we need to quickly finish off Villa and then focus on Sunday. Yeah, and a day's extra rest for you. Arsenal will probably take a draw at the weekend, Genie. Mark, you mentioned Arsenal's good work rate, but have you seen a weakness with Arsenal that United could exploit on Sunday? Love all the work you do, says LJ. I don't think that defence is impenetrable. I think United will win tomorrow, Gok. Yeah. I think Arsenal's defence is penetrable. You can score against Arsenal. I also don't think they've got an amazing amount of depth. Please do subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We're on the road to 753,000. Thanks, everyone who's tuning in. 1-0 to Arsenal. 2-0 to Man City. Still 0-0 at Bournemouth, Wolves, Spurs at West Ham. And obviously Liverpool, Newcastle has only been playing for 10 minutes. The Arsenal goal was an interesting one. And we've got a Haaland hat-trick. We're going to go. Don't worry. I'll get there. Come on, you can do it, Goldbridge. Get there quick. That twat. You're not going to get there now. Idiot. I'm going to miss the goal now. Hurry up. panicked and hit the X button. Come on, you can do this. You can still do it. Take a deep breath. Slowly, slowly. There we go. You've got it. Get it on. Yeah, the Arsenal goal came from a mistake by Martinez. Haaland hat-trick. Let's have a look at it. I've got him as my captain in Fantasy Premier League. I mean, basically, we're all just going to have to captain him every week. Edge of the box, Bernardo Silva. I mean, the fact that nobody's marking him. Oh, God, it's terrible. How many goals has he got in the Premier League now? What? Someone tell me. How many goals has he got in the Prem now? He's got 9 already. 9 and 5. I tell you what, the Goldbridge Golden Boot jinx ain't going to work. I predicted Haaland, and I'm sure most people did, but yeah, anybody who thought Haaland was going to flop don't know ball. The only way he was going to flop is if he got a career-ending injury. Like, he was never going to flop. If you know anything about Erling Haaland, and come on, if you watch football, you've got to. In a Man City team, you're giving one of the best young strikers in the world 5 or 6 good chances per game. Like, he's going to score a lot of goals. Triple captain Haaland after having a striker stinker last week, says Nigel. Yeah, I didn't triple captain. He scored the perfect hat-trick as well, apparently. If he tapped in the second one, he has. It's funny because Ben Foster and me were talking about this on the Ben Foster channel the other day. How long until he scores the perfect hat-trick? 1 game more. The first goal was a left foot. Second goal was that. I don't know, he tapped it in. Was it left foot or right foot on the second goal? Hi Mark, I'm an Arsenal fan. Why do you think we can get very good results against mediocre teams and very bad results against good teams? Says Ali. Well, the future's yet unwritten, mate. Let's see what you do against the good teams. Donny struggling to make the bench when everyone's available, says John Malloy. Maybe. It was a right foot tap in for Haaland, so it was the perfect hat trick. What a player. What a player. Liban says, why didn't... A few of you have not captained him. Let me tell you how my Fantasy Premier League's looking at the moment. I'll tell you a story. I can't even load it up. I think you know what? I don't think you can get on at the moment because people are just refreshing, looking at their points. I've only got 33 points so far. I've got 18 for Haaland as captain. Because they haven't added his other goal on yet. Jesus. They've not added it on yet. I wonder how many people did captain Haaland for that. What's for dinner, Mark? I've already had it. Lasagna. It was fantastic. I'm going to go back to the Liverpool game anyway. There we go. Hi, Mark. Love your work. Can I get your thoughts on Michael Knighton versus that dude from Rio Ferdinand's podcast? Why do Man United final channels hate each other more than they hate the Glazers, says Rickster. Well, I don't hate anybody, mate, but that guy from who you're talking about, not Michael Knighton, I've got absolutely no time for. I just think he's a clown. I think he's not a nice person, and I think he's proven that. And until I meet him and he proves he's not that, that's my thoughts. Dean Henderson laugh, says Yazza. I mean, I don't think Dean Henderson could do anything on the first goal and the third goal, but the second goal was his fault. Like, that's just, I don't know what he's trying to do. It's a terrible. I've seen De Gea kick the ball better than Henderson did there. Romano, Desta, Milan, done deal, says Akshay. And hi, Mark, will you be reacting to the top G? Don't know what that is. Haaland is for City what Van Persie was for us. Final piece in a jigsaw. Knew they were going to win the title. The minute they signed him, says Sarvesh. Lovely ball by Odegaard. That's a handball by Jesus. It's got to be a handball. They've cleared it anyway, but it would have surely it would have been a handball. Martinelli, they're so vibrant. Tierney, there would have been a handball in the build-up there, but keeper saved it. Omta's captain Jesus. It might not be a bad idea, mate. It's a 90-minute game. 90-minute game. The way Arsenal are going, they might win 4 or 5-0 here. They're totally dominant. Somebody captain De Bruyne. Well, if he doesn't come on, your vice captain will play. Will Haaland be the fastest player to reach double digits in the Premier League? Also, will you be keeping up with Serie A? It's been very competitive so far, says Lay. I'm trying to, but at the moment I'm just limiting myself to highlights of Serie A. I haven't watched the game yet. Only 2 minutes added on at half-time here for the Arsenal game, which means I can flip onto a different game in a minute. The Glazers need to spend to be thrown in the Irwell for refusing to spend 15 million on Alvarez. He's good. Also, Haaland, FPL captain, says Joshua Bowwater. You think Jose can win Serie A? No, Jack. I think the Milan clubs are too strong for Roma. I think it would be an amazing achievement for Romano, for Mourinho to do that. Please do subscribe, by the way. We're on 752,460, so we're only 40 away from 500. Please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Click the button and get involved with That's Football. Everyone's welcome on here. It's currently, let's have a roundup of the games. I believe it's still 0-0 in every game apart from this one and the Man City game. Yes, 1-0 to Arsenal, of course. We're watching that. Bournemouth 0-0 at half-time with Wolves. 3-0 to Man City against Forest. West Ham 0-0 with Tottenham and Liverpool 0-0 with Newcastle. Newcastle. I've got a school friend who's a Forest fan. He's just said this game is tough watching. Thank God for the beer. Cheers, Stevie. It was always going to be that way. Not many people are going to get that. Just had a bit of news about Ronaldo. Looks like he's staying, which I think is what we expect to happen anyway. Corner to Arsenal here. Fantastic save by Martinez from Martinelli. Corner and away. Mark's favourite movie, his stepbrother returns too, says White. Don't know what that's meant to mean, but it's half time. Sad to realise Raiola is not there to take Haaland away from City in 3 years, says Sarvesh. He will be going in 3 years. Haaland will go to Real Madrid in 3 years. I think everybody knows that's going to happen without a shadow of a doubt. Right, I'm just going to turn the Arsenal game off on my screen. I'm still here, but unfortunately, I do have to just stand up to do this one. So, we are half-time. Arsenal lead 1-0 against a very, very poor and struggling Aston Villa side. They're just posing no threats at the moment. And that's going to be a problem. So I've got West Ham Spurs on now. And Liverpool against Newcastle on. And as you can see there, I'm back. I don't think there's any way back for Villa. as I said, I think Arsenal could score 3 or 4 here, which is always dangerous when it's only one. I suppose it only takes one effort from Villa and they're back in it, but they've created nothing. I mean, Ramsdale's had nothing to do. I think there was one chance for Bendia where it was like a pass back, and apart from that, I mean, Villa just looked dreadful. And guess who's got Villa on Saturday night? Man City. Chelsea made bid for Alvarez from Ajax, 43 million, says Jake. I don't think they'll do it. 55% of you said it was a penalty for West Ham. Long gone now, but wasn't given. Still 0-0 with Liverpool and Newcastle. I mean, Newcastle are doing okay. They're not losing yet. When is Anthony going to hold up a Manchester United shirt? Oh, that's a good ball by Kane, but read by the keeper there, Fabianski. I suspect Anthony will get announced tomorrow, won't he? But, you know, it's... Villa should be selling their kidneys to get Pochettino, says Lachlan. I think Gerrard could be gone by Saturday night. If he loses tonight against Arsenal, he's going to lose against Man City on Saturday. You got to go. You can't have 3 points from 18 with the money they've spent. I don't think there can be any sympathy there. I think Lampard's going to hang in there a little bit longer. But no way back for Villa. Heard Dundee United are after a manager, says Johnny from the Donny. Spurs are on the break here. They like to break. It's Kulusevski. It's gone a bit wide and he needs a bit of support. Gives it into Kane. Lovely play. Goal! It's there! It's there! Son, own goal, whatever. Spurs breaking on the break again. Kane will get the assist. Goal for Spurs. I think it's an OG. I don't think Son gets on the end of it, but it's just lovely, lovely play on the break. It was like they did this against Forest the other day. Kulusevski down that right-hand side. Waits and waits and waits. Slips Kane in perfectly. He's onside, and then Kane with the cross. Own goal. Son would have tapped it in otherwise, but it's an own goal. But it's lovely play by Kulusevski again. What a signing he's been for Spurs. Harry Kane, really good cross, and the defender really can't do anything. He's got to try and stretch and stop Son scoring. It's going to be a goal one way or another. Kulusevski, says RM. It'll be an assist point for Kane. Conte's loving it, and Spurs are leading 1-0 here. I just need to stop the clock because it's 0-0. Sorry, it's half time for the Arsenal game, but it's 1-0 to 1-0 to Spurs. Haaland was right to slippers years ago. He'd still be on the bench with Ollie saying we are trying to work him into the team, says Michael Fetty. Do you really like it? Is it? Would Ollie still be here if he got Haaland, says JP? Who knows? What does vice captain mean, says Bolland? So you pick your captain in Fantasy Premier League, and then if they don't play, you need a vice captain. It very rarely happens, but it's happened to me before. But yeah. So West Ham losing again. I mean, look, it's worth having a look at West Ham, isn't it? It is worth having a look at West Ham. They're currently got 3 points, and it'll be 3 points from 5 if they lose this. Obviously a big win at the weekend against Villa, but how long will it take for Haaland to adjust to the Premier League, says Jenks? Yeah, I think he can get better, that's the thing. Bayern are winning 1-0 with Ryan Gravenberch as well. Of course, Leicester bottom of the league now. All those graphics are updating as things go. So it's an as it stands league table at the moment with you there. And the stats obviously going round for Villa, etc. Liverpool still 0-0 with Newcastle. 9 goals against Bournemouth. Newcastle holding out a little bit better so far. No St Maximin for Newcastle, but Alexander Isak playing. I don't think Callum Wilson's fit either. So these signings for Newcastle are very important. They're getting a bit of depth in the squad. West Ham with the cross, winning a corner. Is Erling the best in the world, says Toby. Well, he's in the best league in the world. I think he's got the potential to be the best player in the world, Erling Haaland. And I don't think he was ever going to be classed the best player in the world playing for Borussia Dortmund. I think if he scores shitloads of goals for Man City, he'll be classed as the best player in the world. That's what you've got to do. Do you think Haaland will break Alan Shearer's record of most goals in one game, being 5, says FB? Well, he could do it tonight, mate. The trouble is, apparently Gakpo to Southampton is confirmed. The trouble is... Oh, I'm doing Everton-Liverpool on Saturday lunchtime. Of course, it's the Merseyside derby, isn't it? The trouble that you've got is when Haaland's going to be playing Forest and Bournemouth. He's not played Bournemouth yet. Chelsea have offered €50 million for Edison Alvarez, and that's from Mike Verway, so it's a very good source there. Get Gerrard out, says Tom Plays. No tactics, no game plan, no identity. 10 months into his reign and we're getting worse. Dread to think what Haaland will do to us, says Tom Plays. I think that's unless Villa get something in the second half at Arsenal, I think he's gone, mate. I think he'll be gone by Monday. It'll be bye-bye Gerrard. And to be honest with you, I don't like seeing people get the sack, but 3 points from 18 if you lose to Man City, he's got to go. And I think Villa fans know it. And I think what Villa fans are pissed off about is that I don't know why I've got Man City's 11 coming up on here. I want to get rid of that, and I can't see why I'm getting it. Absolutely no point having that. Match stats, bottom 10, top 10, away team, home team. Okay, I'll publish that. That's fine. Yeah, I think for Villa fans, oh, Son's in again. Son's in again. He took a good first touch. Oh, it's a heavy touch with his head. Not quite at the races, Son, yet, is he? Joint Golden Boot winner last year, but he's just not quite there at the moment. Spurs doing what's been very successful for them so far this season. Tight defence and hit on the break. Declan Rice, you only get to do it once. Sky Sports, why wait, says Johnny from the Donny. Yeah, going back to Villa fans, the problem is this happened to them last year. They sacked their manager around the start of the season last year, didn't they? And then it's another rebuild and it's another season written off. And I think that's the problem for Villa. If they've got 3 points from 18 after the Man City game on Saturday, that's basically season over again, isn't it? You're not going to get in the top half. I hate to say this, my worst prediction in my Premier League predictions, and I can't delete it because it's there. I did predict Man City would win the league. I did predict Golden Boot. But I also predicted Villa would be the team to watch who could break in the top 6. But that's why Gerrard should be sacked. Not because I've completely said something stupid, but because that Villa are massively underachieving. I think Villa have got a very good squad. I just don't think they've got very good coaching. Champions League watch-alongs are next week, Sid. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Trippier's got a good free kick position here for Newcastle. I think Potter would be brilliant at Villa. I just don't know whether they could do it. Somebody just said, what are Villa's next few games? Well, they're losing to Arsenal at the moment. And then they've got Man City and they've got Leicester away. Straight at the keeper by Trippier. Good free kick over the wall, but straight at the keeper. Yeah, so they've got Villa. They've got Man City on Saturday, and then they've got Villa. Got Leicester the following week. Which would probably be the sack race, won't it, that game? Probably. 0-0 at half-time between Bournemouth and Wolves, and that's the only. And Liverpool, Newcastle 0-0 after half an hour. Spurs are winning 1-0 after 40 minutes. It's 0-0. It's 1-0 to Arsenal at half-time, and it's 3-0 to Man City against Forest at half-time. We'll go back to the Arsenal game when the game starts again. Thoughts on United Arsenal on Sunday, says Big Nasty. I fancy United. We've got, we can't lose to Arsenal. We can, but I think we've got to get a result in that game. But look at that. 15 shots for Arsenal to Villa's 2. 7 shots on target to Villa's 1. 67% possession. Double the amount of passes. Accuracy of the passing's way better. It's just not good enough from Villa. Do you reckon Orba's move to Chelsea will be quicker because of his family home being broken into, says Freddie? Don't know anything about that. I thought it had fallen through. If United have got Ronaldo up front and you've got Casemiro in the midfield and you've got that back five playing, I think United have got a very good chance. It's a hard game for Arsenal. If Arsenal go to Old Trafford and win, you've got to sit. The thing I would look at it if I was Arsenal, if you go to Old Trafford and win on Sunday, all this talk about title, you've got to be in the conversation. Then you'd have 6 wins from 6, and you've been to Old Trafford and won. I think that's when you start to talk about Arsenal being a serious title contender. But until then, I think that Arsenal are just taking it game by game, doing very, very well. And I'll tell you who's doing very well for Spurs, Bissouma. I think he's going to be a very good signing for them, and he knows the game. Played for Brighton for a couple of years, knows how to play under pressure, pass out from the back. You're having a laugh. £9 million for Ghana. You're having a fucking joke. Don't wind me up. Who's saying that? I can't see anything about it. I think I was just being wound up. $9 million for Ghana. Oh, I've got it. Sorry, I've got to put this on Twitter. Just bear with me. See if I can find it. I'm sure I've got the clip somewhere. Have I got it? Where is it? I've got it. There it is. You might have heard it. It's on Twitter. My reaction to that. Salah's scored for Liverpool, apparently. I don't know whether that's confirmed. Would you do watch-along of the Milan derby on Saturday, says Ronan? I would always do it. It's not a Salah goal, by the way. I would always do it if it was... if I was able to do it, but if it was classed as a... If it clashes, I won't do it. Because I'm always going to do the Prem. Bowen's just gone down with an injury here. No buyback clause for Ghana either. Unbelievable. Sell-on clause, no buyback. Absolute shite. Absolutely ridiculous. Clubs run like a bloody circus, I'm telling you. Arsenal started again. I'll just go and turn it on. That's not really an open goal for Diaz. People are saying Timo Diaz. That's difficult. He's on the turn, and there's Newcastle players coming back. Don't really think it's a. I don't think it's a sitter, to be honest. People might disagree. You'd probably expect him to score it, but I don't think it was a stone cold sitter. There's Newcastle players. He's lost his balance a little bit. I think you can be a little bit fair. Give him benefit of the doubt. Right, got Arsenal back on. 1-0 at half time. Aston Villa, can they do anything? They've done next to nothing so far. Back in the room. We need to put the time. Arsenal's been on for a long time. 3 minutes. And 10 seconds. Let's get it on the screen there. There we go. Hi Mark, Haaland's looking ridiculous at the moment. Going to be a long-term problem for defenders, I think, says CJ. And Fab said there's a buyback. Whitwell said sell on. Don't know who to believe, says Joshua. Yeah, I've just read Whitwell. He says sell on and not a buyback. It's shit anyway, mate, isn't it? It really is. It's rubbish. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. It's Arsenal attacking again here. Oh, Dano. He's captain Salah in his fancy Premier League. I wouldn't be captaining Salah at the moment. I just think captaining Salah after a 9-0 game where he doesn't score, I'd stick to Jesus and Haaland. Ahmad's joined Sunderland, says Tumbleweed. Man United will beat Leicester tomorrow, then Arsenal on Sunday. I will put my left testicle on it, says Johnny from the Donny. And how are you, Mark, says Keb. I'm well, mate. Hope you're doing well, Keb. I've got Salah in my team. It's 4-0 to City. I'm going to get the goal straight after half-time as well. Let's have a look at it. This is great. It's not great that Man City are winning, but it's just great being able to flick and see the goals. What's the point of Andy O'Boyle appointment, says James Lloyd. Yeah, Cancelo scored. I can see him celebrating. Newcastle have scored as well. Oh, God, I'm going to have to go back to that as well. Newcastle leading 1-0 with Isaac. Oh, I think Henderson should save this as well. So I'd like to see it from behind. Here we go. This is the one. Oh, I think Henderson should save that. Again, I judge it on what people would say about De Gea because I'm fed up with De Gea being treated differently to every other bloody goalkeeper. Right, let's have a look at the Isaac goal. They have scored. It is 1-0. I've not seen the replay. Januzaj has gone to Sevilla, Mark, says Ryan Taylor. Cracking goal by Cancelo, by the way. Isaac scored on his debut. Only scored 6 goals in La Liga last year, and people were saying, oh, he might not be that good. Trent with a terrible pass. He's going to get pelters here. Trent with the bad pass. They get it out wide. Isaac's there at the moment. Fabinho's with him. How's this going to pan out then? Fabinho's with him. Fabinho's marking him. Oh, yeah. He's lost him. Lovely finish. Lovely finish as well. That's a great goal. What a finish. Bang. Roofed it. 1-0 to Newcastle. Lovely goal. You think that's bad? My client triple captain Salah. What an idiot. Also, we'll win 4-0 tomorrow, says Nick Warren. And guess what? Mark says Ansherman. Phil Jones survives another summer at Manchester United. He's a cockroach in an apocalypse. He's injured, mate. He always gets injured when in the transfer window. He's on 100 grand a week, though, isn't he? You know, saves any conversations. God. So Liverpool are losing 1-0 to Newcastle. Man City are winning 4-0 against Spurs. And sorry, not Spurs. Forest. Maybe it's just Bournemouth are shit. What's happened to Salah? What's happened to Son? I think Son and Salah have started the season a bit slow. Jesus. He's won a free kick as well. It's a yellow card for Konza. Henderson going to get Cooper the sack, says Paul D. I don't think it matters what he does today, mate. How's your FPL doing, Mark? Well, I sort of need a Wolves clean sheet and an Arsenal clean sheet. I think I can rescue not a bad score. But I have got Salah. Here's Trent. Cross comes in. Liverpool have got to push it now. Odegaard over the free kick here with Martinelli. Odegaard's not been sent off. He's just on the free kick. Why is De Bruyne not playing? Because why? I think it's great by Pep, don't you? They're winning 4-0 without him. I think Odegaard takes this. Have got him in my fantasy Premier League. Haaland's on another planet, says Ralph. It's between City and Arsenal this season, says Zane. Well, it's City then, isn't it? Fire United's negotiation transfer team, 15 million for Malacia and James. Even Pereira was sold for more than 9 million. Garner was my favourite prospect. Gutted, says LJ. I am. £9 million is a joke. Ooh, good free kick by Odegaard. Martinez had it covered though. Tips it for a corner. Liverpool are going to lay siege to that Newcastle goal now, but they've got something to hold on to, and they've also got a threat on the break. Another corner for Arsenal. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We're getting close to 753,000. We're only about 200 away. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Martinez takes the goal corner. Garner's not 15 million. He's 9 million with add-ons. Bit of something going on between Martinez and Jesus here. I don't know why Martinez grabs Jesus by the head. I see Haaland being rested against Villa on Saturday, says Mark. Yeah, well, he might start resting him. Poor Ajax, Alvarez plus Kudos now want out, says Remy. Yeah, but you can't... I feel bad for Ajax fans, but I said this about Anthony, right? So I've got to be fair and say it about Kudos and Alvarez. Ajax have sold most of their team from last year. If you're a current Ajax player from last year and they're saying you're not for sale, you're going to say, hold on a minute, this is a rebuild here. This is a rebuild and I'm part of the old team and you're selling everybody else, so why can't I go? Ajax have put themselves in a position, really, where I don't think they can really expect players to want to stay when it's clearly a new rebuild, and they might want to go and try something else. Because effectively, what I would say as an Ajax player from last year is, well, you've sold Gravenberch, you've sold Anthony, you've sold Martinez, why are you keeping me? I may as well be at another club because this is a new start anyway. Difficult. In my Everton group, even everyone on here is just, wow, they're letting him go for 9 million. What a bunch of prats, says Dance. And Liverpool in the mud, says Jack Price. Keep up the great work, Mark. Thank you, Jack. Long way to go. Game that says, I think there'll be a red card in this game. What, Villa? Yeah. Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look. How many people have got yellow cards? I mean, Villa have done sod all as well. I can't remember them having a decent chance. Villa in the bottom three with West Ham and Leicester at the moment. Look at that. As it stands. The amount of teams with only 3 points after 5 games is amazing, isn't it? It really is. Gakpo to City. I don't know what that's all about. What's happening to Liverpool and Klopp? Look, I personally think what's happening to Liverpool and Klopp is they're having a season off, aren't they? It happened in the COVID year, didn't it? So the only yellow cards, Odegaard's got a yellow card and Salah's got a yellow card, as you can see there. Jesus has got the goal with the ball on his shoulder. Remember, these are interactive stats carousel, so it will give you everything that's going on. If a player comes on as a sub, they'll have an arrow underneath them. And to be fair, they've only got 2 yellow cards, Ramsey and Konza, Villa. So maybe we're not looking at a game where there's a red card. How's Dino been, says Oishan. Cost them 2 goals tonight. Certainly at fault for the second goal. Kicked it straight to a Man City player. And I think he should save the Cancelo one. It's a good hit, but I think he should get that. Klopp is very mad right now, says Gio. I think what's going on with Liverpool is that they had that season where they had a few injuries. Remember the season where they were really bad and they had a load of injuries? But the year before that, they won the league, didn't they? And I think last season, they played every single game. They could have won the quadruple. They won the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, and they lost the league and the Champions League in the final on the final day of the league. And I just think the team's knackered. And I know people talk about the asthma stuff, which obviously I think is a conspiracy theory. But I think what is true is they put so much effort into... I think the way Liverpool play, they're relentless. And I think that it's impossible to do it 2 years. I think they're burnt out, as Retro says. And I think they'll be back next year properly. But I think this year they're going to have to catch a breather and rebuild for next year. I don't think they can do what they did last year every year. I just think it's impossible. And I think Liverpool probably know it's possible. And I guarantee if you look at Liverpool, I bet their intensity... Because you can measure all this now, can't you? I bet if you measure Liverpool's intensity in press, it's not as impressive as it was last year. Plus, they've lost Mane, says Chris. People are massively overhyping Arsenal, says Alex G. Yeah, and they're missing Nunez for 3 games as well. M&K Group says, do you think there's a chance of De Jong coming? I personally don't think it's going to happen, but I wouldn't rule it out. It would be miraculous if it did, but I don't think it will. Are Arsenal overhyped? I think we'll find out on Sunday. I mean, Villa are crap. Leicester are crap. Bournemouth are crap. Palace were not Palace when they played them on the opening day. Palace looked very rusty. So, Arsenal can only beat what's in front of them. And I think they deserve a lot of credit. But they're obviously going to be I think they're going to be underrated till they beat some good teams. And they've got some good games coming up. Man United on Sunday. Let's see what happens. But I knew Arsenal were going to win tonight. Villa are terrible. But I tell you what I would say about Arsenal. They do need the second goal here. Because the goal came from a mistake. Martinez should have done better. But yeah, it's a massive game for Arsenal on Sunday. I mean, some would say that they're favourites. Newcastle are 1-0 up at half-time. Let's all laugh at Liverpool, says Kick. I'm going to change game in a minute. Let's see how Ajax behave with the Chelsea bid for Alvarez, says Lee Taylor. I mean, it might be a problem for Chelsea because, how long it took United to get that deal done and the money they got, they'll want silly money for Alvarez. What Ajax will do, I mean, they made us pay 100 million euros for Anthony. Imagine what they'll make Chelsea play for Alvarez. Thanks, Ben. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Right, we're going to change this game now. What do we got? Where should we go? Let's go. I don't know what to watch. Can you actually watch Wolves Bournemouth, or have they not bothered with that one? Liverpool, Newcastle, West Ham. I tell you what, I can't even see Bournemouth Wolves. Have they just not bothered? I can't see Bournemouth Wolves. That's a bit unfair. Not that I don't want to watch it anyway, but I can't see Bournemouth Wolves. BT Sport 5. Where's BT Sport 5? I haven't got BT Sport 5. What the fuck have I done now? I haven't got it. I don't want to watch it anyway. It's 5-0 for... Well, it can only be 5-0 to somebody. I think we all know who it's 5-0 to. It'll be 5-0 to Man City. Let's have a look. It's fucking taking ages now. There we go. No. I've still got 4-0. Oh no. Oh, it's 5. It's 5. 5-0 City. I mean, that's for me. Am I being harsh? I think he should save that. I think he should save this. It's Alvarez. Front post glitch. Through his legs. What do you think about Ollie Watkins? I think he's good fit for United, says Thomas. Who got the assist on that goal? De Bruyne's coming on now and it's 5-0. Not a bad player to bring on. Mahrez assist. Jack Grealish is so overrated. Alvarez outclasses him, says Gog. There was no assist on that. See what, Arsenal need to be a little bit capable here. I had the audacity to ask to be United #1, says Alex G. Yeah, Dean Henderson got the assist on that one. Yeah, it went through his legs, but no, I think in fairness, the second goal was down to him. Terrible kick out. The Cancelo one, I think he should save that. Odegaard's down injured here at the moment. City are just making the changes now. The game's over. Use all 5 subs. Can Anthony play tomorrow? He's not even a Man United player yet, Dylan. Anthony can't play tomorrow. He's not even a player yet. Oh, that's late by McGinn on Odegaard. He does get the ball, but he follows through. That would have hurt. I don't think McGinn got a yellow card for that. Man City are going to annihilate this Villa team, by the way. And I suppose that's the difference for me between Arsenal and Man City. They're the 2 best teams in the league at the moment, but I think Man City are on a different level to Arsenal, quite understandably. Of course, I don't think Arsenal fans would be offended by that. When do they play each other, actually? That's a game you'd love to see at the moment. Oh, you would. Oh, you would. Still 0-0 between Bournemouth and Wolves, by the way. I don't think many people will be watching that. I'd love to know what the viewing figures are. 61% possession for Wolves and 8 shots to 4. But Wolves' problem is they can't score bloody goals. They can't score goals. Arsenal's next few fixtures are United on Sunday. Then they've got, obviously, Europa League. Then they play Everton at home. Easy win. Then they've got PSV. Then they've got Brentford away. They'd fancy that. Then they've got Spurs at home. Then they've got Liverpool at home, Leeds away, Southampton away, Forest at home. They don't play Man City until... I don't know when they play Man City. Why don't they play Man City? When are Arsenal playing Man City? Oh, Wednesday the 19th of October. The thing about Arsenal, though, the interesting thing about Arsenal here is that they play City, Liverpool and Spurs all at home. First. They've only got Chelsea and Man United away. So the momentum is there for them. Mark, the only difference between City and Arsenal is Haaland, says Zane, and Pep. Haaland doesn't press and yet works great in the system, but Haaland in the United team, and we'll see how many goals he gets, says Summerjit. I captained Haaland and it didn't go through, says IDK. Complain. Put a complaint in. I'm sure they'll do it. Imagine how many people would try that one. I did pick him as captain and now I've checked and he's not. Can I have the points? Imagine how many people ask about that. Anish says, Mark, there is conflicting reports on Garner's buyback clause by Fab and Whitwell. Would you mind giving a clarity in tomorrow morning's show, says Anish. I will endeavour to do that for you. I will endeavour to do that. Liverpool will dominate but lose, says Barry. I mean, could Man City get 10? Nah. Liverpool are going to dominate but lose, says Barry. Villa just can't create anything here. Watkins. Nice little wide ball to Matty Cash. There's nobody in the box for Matty Cash. What a shit cross. Haaland's off, by the way. I've just seen him sat on the bench. What is Zane smoking? City are clear of Arsenal, says Alex G. Thanks everyone who's tuned in, by the way. Please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. You're very welcome. Couple of subs here. Coutinho, Douglas Luiz for Villa. We're only 100 subscribers away from 753,000, by the way. So thanks everyone who's tuned in. Still plenty of football to go here, but Villa just can't create anything. They couldn't create a picture. Terrible. Terrible. Nine goals in 5 games is insane, says Eber. Well, I was just going to have a look at that. My Fantasy Premier League. They've had a good shot there, Villa, over the bar. Arsenal do need to be a bit careful, because if they drop points here, they'd be bloody fuming with themselves. There's no way Villa should be getting anything out of this. I've got 55 points in total so far, which is not great. And but Haaland's got me 28. Has Haaland done enough to get the bonus points? At the moment, he's miles ahead with bonus points. He will get the 3. Stones is second place. Cancelo's in third. So at the moment, Haaland's miles ahead for the bonus points. So you should get another 6 if you've got him as captain. In the Arsenal game, the bonus points look like this: White, Gabriel, and then Saliba. At the moment. Oh, Collins has got the bonus points for Wolves at the moment. This is looking good. Still a long way to go. Those clean sheets are hard to get. Oh my God! Oh, it might be a foul. Might be a foul for Villa. Douglas Luiz. It's 1-1, but I think it might be a foul on the keeper. 1-1 Villa. Ramsdale. The referee. I think this might be a foul on Ramsdale. It's a goal. And Villa are celebrating. But Ramsdale doesn't look convinced. VAR. Wow, I don't think it is a foul. I don't think he just holds his line. I don't think that's not a foul. That's not a foul. Goal given. Clean sheet gone. You know what? You've got to be very, very unhappy if you're Arsenal there. Ramsdale's the goalkeeper and he's just been muscled out. The striker just... I'm looking at Tomiyasu. They've got to have a man on the front post. It's such a bad goal for Arsenal to concede. Such a bad goal to concede that. I mean, I'd be bloody fuming. That could happen to... I mean, the goalkeeper's just got to grab hold of that player and move him out of the way. You've got to move him out of the way. You cannot just get barged off like that as a goalkeeper. It's borderline foul, but I don't think it is a foul. But how? I mean, basically, all Villa have had to do there is cross the corner into the back of the net. Park Gamer says it obstruction. I think it's borderline a foul, but I personally don't think it was a foul. I think Ramsdale's got to be stronger. He's got hands, you know. He's got hands. He should push him out of the way. I've got to be honest, though. If that was against United on De Gea, I'd be saying it's a foul. But Martinelli! Goal for Arsenal. It doesn't matter. 2-1. And that's bounce back ability as Martinelli 2-1 Arsenal. It won't matter now. We won't even be talking about a foul because Arsenal have come back. What a response. What a response. 2-1 Arsenal. Gerrard sits down. He can't believe it. It's terrible defending, but it's 2-1. The foul doesn't matter because it's back 2-1 anyway. 15 minutes to go. Let's watch this back. It starts off with Martinelli on the left-hand side. He's not a bad player for Fantasy Premier League, by the way. Lovely ball. Tomiyasu. Saka. Cross by Saka. Matty Cash. What is Matty Cash doing? He's off on fucking holiday. Watch what Matty Cash does here. Ball goes to Martinelli. He drifts to the back post. What's he doing? Just completely leaves him unmarked. Terrible defending by Matty Cash, that is. He's having a stinker of a season. You can't give a Premier League attacker of the quality of Martinelli 10 yards. Backline's a shambles, says Jason. Terrible defending. Terrible. I mean, Martinelli's basically got a free shot in the 6-yard box. Awful. Awful. We've got a goal at West Ham. We've got a goal at West Ham. Let's go to it. Let's have a look what it looks like. West Ham, Tottenham. Here we go. So 2-1 with 13 minutes to go. Arsenal showing the bounce back ability again. Snape says you've got to call the keeper a bit tragic there. I think you've got to call the whole defence a bit tragic there. Will Arsenal beat us? Please shout out Vernon, says Kian. And Smith Rowe's coming on. Come on, Arsenal. Soucek with the goal. Yeah, well taken. That's what he can do. Antonio gets a bloody assist. Of course he did. I've dropped him. Yeah, lovely play by Soucek. That's what he can do. Near post, bang. Come on, Arsenal, get in United. Get ready to get stuff, says Zayn Miasi. So 1-1, West Ham and Tottenham. The goals are going in now. I want Gerrard gone, says Uinter. Well, look, Villa fans, let's be honest. Let's be honest here. The goal should never happen. Arsenal fans know the goal should never happen. Ramsdale's got it wrong. As I say, I think it's a borderline foul, but I wouldn't have given a foul. If it had happened to De Gea, I'd be screaming about it. So I understand Arsenal fans. But Villa have scored from a corner. That's Villa. Like, they've created shit all. Like, it's been poor from Villa. And Arsenal go and score straight away from 1-1. Coutinho and Ramsdale's quick off his line there. Spyro says, I thought it was a foul, but it is what it is. The thing is, though, you know, again, I said this at the weekend. I think Fulham going 1-0 up in the second half against Arsenal, that's finishing a draw at best under the old Arsenal. They go and win 2-1 and then Ramsdale makes a big save at the end. Tonight, Ramsdale makes that mistake at 1-1 with 15 minutes to go and Arsenal cave and draw. They go and score straight away. So there's a different mentality to Arsenal now. And as long as that continues, they're a threat. Man City has 665 passes, says Parth. What's your total points in FPL? It will have dropped now because I had Ben White conceded. Odegaard's coming off for Smith Rowe. To be fair, the Prem is no Scottish League, says Barry Hazel. I'm just going to have a stand up here. Need a bit of a stretch. Thanks everyone who's watching, by the way. Really enjoyed these last 2 nights of Premier League action. I'll tell you what we're doing at the weekend in a minute, actually. We're only 100 away from 753,000, so please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner to do that. Let's see if we can get the final 100. Ben White came off before the goal. Oh! You're joking me. I didn't even notice he'd gone off. And I can't get myself back on the screen now because I can't find my camera. Ah! Where has it gone? There it is. There it is. I'm back. Mark, have you heard about the super chat I sent you yesterday that Glazers have sent letter to Sky Sports not to telecast Glazers out process, says Druv? I haven't heard about that at all. I know you said it yesterday, but I haven't heard about it at all. I don't know why. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I think Ben White might have gone off. Goldbridge might have got a bit of luck for once. Ramsdale's hurt his hamstring. So 2-1 lineups. Ben White went off in the 64th minute. Was he injured? Now that's the next thing we need to know. It's very early to take Ben White off. No, he wasn't injured. Well, that's good for me. That means I've got Ben White and the points are in the bag then. Tactical change. Give me the clean sheet. So I'm doing all right tonight. West Ham equaliser was ages ago, IGC. To be fair, West Ham Spurs probably has got a draw written all over it, hasn't it? 10 minutes to go in this game. Ben White was a tactical change, trying to work Tamiyasu back into the lineup after a long injury, says David. What's happening to Liverpool? We'll go to the Liverpool game in a minute after the Arsenal game. I'll stay on air. Make sure you subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Goldbridge, what do you think of Spurs and Champions League? How far? Says Andre. I think all the English clubs will get to the knockout, and then it's just depends who you draw, doesn't it? I mean, look at Real Madrid last year. They pay at PSG, the run they had. You know, need a bit of fortune in the knockout stage, but I fancy all English clubs to hit that. What do you think of Lokonga's performance? Says Emil. I think the great thing about his performance is that I haven't really noticed it, and I think in the midfield, Arsenal have played really well, and the fact that I haven't noticed it just shows you that they've played well. That him and Xhaka. Arsenal clear of Spurs, says SJH. Remember, tomorrow night I will be live on the United stand for Leicester Manchester United. Must-win game for United. I don't know why we're playing on a Thursday. I really don't know why we had to play on a Thursday. Why couldn't we just play tonight? Makes no sense to me. Confused. Wolves and Bournemouth 0-0. Wolves just can't score goals, can they? They just can't score goals. Don't know what's going on with them. Just looking at the Championship scores. Bristol beating Huddersfield 1-0. Stoke losing to Swansea. Sunderland 2-0 up against Rotherham. Apparently Ahmad's going there. Blackburn beating Blackpool 1-0. Villa pushing a bit now. Matty Cash, terrible. He's crap, isn't he? Some of these Villa players are unrecognisable. I had Matty Cash in my fantasy Premier League team and I got rid of him. Or did I? I think I've still got him. Ollie. Oh, we've had 5 gifted memberships from Parth. Thank you very much, Parth. And thanks, everyone else who got one should say thank you. Ollie or Rashi, which player would you have at Man United? Well, I'd have Rashi because Ollie's about 50 now, isn't he? Seb's in bed, RM Football. He had a good session on Fall Guys and then he's gone to bed. He's quite good at. He's only 5. He can get to the final of Fall Guys quite regularly. You know, it just amazes me what kids can do today. They've done the same with the corner again. Ramsdale deals with it better, and he gets a free kick that time when actually I just don't think there was anything different to the first one. Spurs will finish third under Conte, says Andre. Right, we've got an update on a goal here, and I'm going to go and check because if reports are true, I think it's 6-0 to Newcastle. Not 6-0 to Newcastle, don't worry, Liverpool fans. I do think there's talk of a goal, but it might be offside. He's offside, Isaac. Yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah. He's just offside. But I think it is 6-0. It's not 6-0 to Newcastle. It's 6-0. Oh, what a goal. What a goal. Who scores this for Man City? Alvarez. Fucking hell. Fucking good, that Alvarez, isn't he? Well, Villa are running out of time here. 2 minutes to go. I feel like Arsenal are like a new trainer, lovely and clean now, but give it a few weeks of wear and tear. Squad is too thin and inexperienced, as Nick P. But I think that I think to be fair to Arsenal, like I think people are just getting a bit over the top. They've had 20 shots. They've been dominant tonight. I knew they were going to win tonight, and they've been the better team. And they deserve the credit. Taylor says, as a Reading fan, good to see Ince doing well. Got a good home record. You need to keep that up. I've barely any money, but I'll spend it for you, says Andre. Thank you very much, Andre. In fairness to Arsenal, they're not saying they're going to win the league. I don't know any Arsenal fan who's saying they're going to win the league. So they're just going about their job, impressively playing good football, deserving to win football games. And yeah, I don't think they've got enough depth. And yeah, I think they should be buying a player in the next 24 hours. But they've got a system. Everybody's enjoying themselves. They're working hard. And the thing I would say about Arsenal is, do I think they're going to get top four? Yes. Did I think they would get top four before the start of the season? Probably not. So I think for Arsenal, it's about getting top four. And, you know, whatever else comes with that. They've just got to approach every game. I think it's a massive game for them against United on Sunday. If they go to Old Trafford and win, then I think that's a massive statement for what they can do. But they can just keep doing their job. Isaac, offside goal was madness, says Alza. Yeah, I didn't see him finish it, but he was offside. But you know what though? I'll paint a picture for you. Arsenal finish third, get into the Champions League again for the first time in years, and then next summer they add 3 or 4 players to what they've got now. I think that's the plan for Arsenal. All right, they might not have the depth now, but they've got the first team, haven't they? Give it another year. Liverpool are losing 1-0 to Newcastle. We'll be turning that on after this Arsenal game as the featured game. I mean, if Liverpool lose points against Newcastle, it's trouble. Dest has gone to AC Milan. So that's the end of Man United's transfer window, really. Salah looks washed, says Arpit. Newcastle have been very impressed. Isaac, good. I said Isaac was going to be a good signing. I said it. I was asked about, I did my Talk Sports show on the Transfer Hub on Sunday. Hit or miss. I said I think he'll be a hit. I like Isaac and I think he's the right sort of signing for Newcastle. I think he's perfect for Newcastle because I think if Isaac goes to Arsenal for 60 million, it's pressure. You go to United for 60 million, it's pressure. You go to Newcastle for 60 million, the pressure's less. Go and express yourself. They're on their way up. They're trying to become a big team of the future, Newcastle, which they will. I think it's the perfect place for Isaac and it's the perfect deal for Newcastle. Nice ball in there. Gabriel does well. That's a penalty. That's a penalty on Ings, surely. Soft, but he doesn't touch the ball. No, he's not appealed for it anyway. Liverpool have scored. It would have been soft. The fact that Ings is not even appealing for it. Liverpool have scored. Let's have a look. Salah with the assist at like fucking about bloody time, Salah. 1-1 and it's Firmino again. Is it time to put Firmino in your team? Salah gets an assist for about time he started doing something. But Firmino, I tell you what, if you put Firmino in your fantasy Premier League team before the Bournemouth game, you've got to be top of the league. Well, Arsenal have got the ball here. There's only a minute to go. Lovely finish by Firmino. Sets it up nicely in the last half an hour. No, Nunez is not back for the Everton game, I don't think. No. What games are we doing at the weekend? I will tell you now. We are doing Everton Liverpool at 12:30 on Saturday, Merseyside derby. And then I'm going straight into the 3 o'clock games because there's bloody loads of them. So Chelsea, West Ham, Spurs, Fulham. They'll be the two we keep an eye on. So Saturday, it's the Merseyside derby, straight into the 3 o'clock kickoffs. And then I'm not doing Villa versus Man City. Waste of time. I'll go and get something to eat before I do my Talk Sports show. And then Sunday, of course, it's Man United Villa, Man United Arsenal at 4:30. Bring it on. Bring it on. So another loss for Gerrard. You got to say, when it comes to Gerrard, lose to City, he's got to go. Ref's surely going to blow here. And it's another win for Arsenal. It's another win for Arsenal. 15 points from 15 for Arsenal. Another win by 2-1. Fulham 2-1. Aston Villa 2-1. They'll go to Old Trafford on Saturday with the opportunity for 6 out of 6. 18 points out of 18. Massive game on Sunday. Job done for Arsenal. I just tweeted it there, though, for Villa. 3 points from 15. 3 points from 15. They play City on Saturday night. 3 points from 18. That's surely the end of Steven Gerrard as Aston Villa's manager. Maybe not. I know a lot of Villa fans, and It's the fans that drive things, and I think the fans have had enough. So it'll be the fans that decide. But let me just change the channel here. We're going to get the Liverpool game on for you now. Massive win for Arsenal. Top of the league. You'll be able to see that as it spins round. Really good result from them. And we move towards Liverpool now. They have equalised against Newcastle. They need to bloody win. There's no room for dropping points anymore for Liverpool. They've dropped enough. Lost to Man United. Drew to Crystal Palace. Drew to Fulham. Can't afford to be dropping any more points, Liverpool. I'll update the clock for you as well. Because we've got... What do we got? What do we got? We got... They're just coming up for 20 minutes into the second half here. So let's get ready. You'd fancy Liverpool to find a winner here, but they've got 25 minutes to do it. Wolves drew 0-0. Well, that's good for my points. That's good for my fancy Premier League points. Well, I'll give you a bit of an update on what's going on with those in a minute. But I think it's 0-0. Bournemouth and Wolves. That's a bad result for Wolves, really. It's a good result for Bournemouth, but it's a bad result for Wolves. 6-0 for Man City, that's over. 2-1 for Arsenal and Villa, that's over. West Ham and Tottenham, still 20 minutes to go. Still 1-1 there. Still people talking in the... Oh, what a chance. Back post, Fornells. Blasts it over the bar with 15 minutes to go there. Isaac had 6 goals last year and he's performed well against Liverpool, so we shouldn't care about Anthony's goals in the Eredivisie. Exactly, AMK. Exactly. Different league. Isaac's going to be playing in a league where it's more open and it's more suitable to his style of football. Other than Kane and Foden, which English players are doing well right now? Do you think the World Cup is messing with the head, says B. Yakov? No. The clock. Why is the clock not started? What's going wrong with the clock? I think I've closed the clock. What have I done with the clock? I've closed the clock. Sorry, I'll have to restart the clock now. Let's get it back. It's very wrong. So we're at 22 minutes into the second half and we've had 25 seconds. Go. That'll work now. I closed it instead of minimising it. We've all done it. We've all been there. We've gone to close a tab and we've minimised it. Trouble is, if you don't close it and minimise it and it's the wrong thing and the audio's on, you're still going to get rumbled. If you know, you know. Tab and Alt. You've got to be a master of that. In fact, it's one of the first things that they should teach you as a youngster. Tab Alt. You've got to be very good with it. Okay, so yeah, 1-1 with Liverpool and Newcastle, about 20 minutes to go. 1-1 with West Ham and Spurs, about 10 minutes to go. A few stoppages in the West Ham-Tottenham game, specifically that penalty decision took ages. Good play by Harvey Elliott. And it's gone for a goal kick. It did finish 0-0 between Bournemouth and Wolves. So my Fantasy Premier League at the moment, I can tell you so far, I've probably rescued it a little bit tonight. Points confirmed. I've got 2 for Mendy, 1 for Cucurella, but I've got 6 for Collins, 6 for White, 5 for Salah so far, Odegaard with 1, Kulusevski 2, Rodrigo 1, Tony 1, Haaland 28 and Jesus 6. But bonus points are looking like this at the moment. I've got nothing in the Liverpool game and nothing in that. Haaland's going to get the bonus points. He's going to get 6 if you've got him as captain. Bournemouth and Wolves, Collins is going to get 2 bonus points and Kilman's going to get 3. So I've got Collins, he's going to give me another 2. Arsenal bonus points, Martinelli and White is going to get 2 as well. So I've done all right. I've got a few bonus points coming in. So I'm going to get up to about 70 points by the end of this. I'll take that. I still have a hope United will sign Kamara, says AMK. How do you check the bonus points? Oh, you got to know. Basically, when you're on Fantasy Premier League points, go down to the matches and just click on Arsenal 2, Villa 1. It'll give you goals scored, assists, yellow cards, saves, and then bonus point system. And then you can see who's got the most bonus points, and you just go for the top 3 scores. So Martinelli got 3. Martinelli's top, White second, and Douglas Luiz is third. So Martinelli will get 3 extra points, Ben White will get 2, and Douglas Luiz will get 1. That's how it works. Hi, Arsenal fan here. We're winning the league, says CMO. Carvalho's coming on for Liverpool. I think for Arsenal, let's see what you can do on Sunday. You win that game, and I don't think anyone can say anything about you. You lose that game, and people will say it's the first decent team you've played. I actually think a draw is a good result for Arsenal at the weekend as well. Don't rule that out. But if they go there and win, 20 minutes for Liverpool. They cannot afford to draw this game. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. I think we're about 50 away from 753,000. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Look at that league table. It's got Liverpool with 6 points after 5 games as it stands. Arsenal have got 9 more than them. So Liverpool got to turn this into a win. Otherwise, they're going to be 9 points off Arsenal and 7 points off Man City. Zoom is down injured. All the cats are laughing. Hope it's not anything bad. Got a right shunt in the back from... Oh, he's all right. He's moving. Hard one for Spurs, this. But West Ham need to get their season back on board as well. I mean, I suppose you probably could have predicted a draw, West Ham and Spurs. It benefits both teams, doesn't it? Liverpool can't afford to lose this. To draw. They can't afford to draw. Who got the assist? For what? I don't know what you're talking about, fella. Firmino scored for Liverpool and Salah got the assist, but... Newcastle have been well organised. The thing about Newcastle as well is they're set up like Palace. You know, you defend and organise yourselves well, and then you look for that little ball over the top with a bit of pace. Good take by Salah. Do you think, though, that teams are over... I mean, why do you think Salah's not had a great start to the season? Do you think teams are doubling up on Salah because Mane's not there anymore? So they're more worried about Salah? I don't know. Oh, is Isaac gone off now? Sorry. Are you worried about the game against Arsenal? No. No. I'd be worried about playing City. I'm not worried about playing Arsenal. I wouldn't be worried about playing. I'm not. And that's not saying that Arsenal can't beat us. I wouldn't be worried about playing. I wasn't worried about playing Liverpool. I wasn't worried about playing Spurs. I think Man City are a team at the moment that's just been really good. Minimum 3 points against Leicester if we want top four, says IGC. I said it before the Southampton game. We've got to beat Southampton, Leicester, and Arsenal to get our season back on track. Man United have got 6 points from 12. That's not good enough. Even if we beat Leicester and Arsenal, we'd still only have 12 from 18. So, yeah, we've got to go and get it. Hi, Mark. How do you see Martinez against Haaland, says Harry. I think Varane will have to mark him. I mean, look, to be honest with you, why does Martinez get victimised? Haaland will bully any centre-back. What Van Dijk against Haaland? Do you think Haaland can't outmuscle Van Dijk? I mean, he's just a beast. Daniel's off to the chippy. Oh, get me some curry sauce and chips and a tin of Vimto. That'd be lovely, thanks. Oh, those were the days. God, at my age, you can't live a life like that. You can't be going down the chippy at 9:30. It sticks. Literally, I may as well just get the chips and the curry sauce and just lather it over my stomach because that's where it's going to stay. Oh, to be that young again. I remember, like, when I used to live in Dublin, 10 pints of Budweiser, off to the chip shop at 3 o'clock in the morning, wake up in the morning and, like, the six-pack was there. It was just there. Don't know where it all went. You know, me, I sniff of beer now and I've put on a stone. It'll happen to you when you hit 30. What's a tin? A can of Vimto. I could have said a tin of pop. You'd have been, what's he on about? Is that drugs? We used to call fizzy drinks pop when I was a kid. Can I have a bottle of pop? It does sound funny when people say that. 13 minutes to go. I do hope Newcastle get something from this. Sears has got 98 Fantasy Premier League points. Looks like West Ham and Spurs is going to finish in a draw. It's been good. It's been a good night of Premier League football. I've enjoyed the last 2 nights. Being able to flick between all the games makes such a difference. The chippy only sells fried or what? Says Matt. I don't know what you're on about. Fried or what? Yeah, I know what you're on about now. We're going to do Everton-Liverpool on Saturday lunchtime, but for Liverpool, it's just not looking good. Not looking good at all. Thanks everyone who subscribed, by the way. We've hit 753,000. Please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Remember, we're going to do every single World Cup game on this channel for the World Cup. So get yourself involved. Everyone's welcome on That's Football. Liverpool into the box, but Joel Linton works really hard and clears it. So 12 minutes to go. Nick Pope's been a good signing, hasn't he? Liverpool are pushing. Firmino blocked. I think Martinez against Haaland will be interesting, but all I'm saying is that Haaland will batter any centre-back physically. I don't think any centre-back can say... I've seen him in these last 2 games against... the last 3 games, Newcastle, Palace. I mean, that Anderson for Palace is bloody good as well. I just think I think he bullies anybody. I mean, you know, there's no shame in being bullied by Haaland, really. He's one of the best players in the world at the moment. Pope catches that. What's that? Click the wrong thing there. I'm glad I didn't click the wrong thing, if you know what I mean. You think Garner will play on Saturday, says Neil. I forgot about that. Yeah, very sad about James Garner going to Everton. Not happy about that at all. Nine minutes to go. They're still playing West Ham and Tottenham. They must. I mean, considering that Tottenham and West Ham kicked off at 7:45. Paqueta is on for West Ham, by the way. He's just been booked. Good signing for West Ham he is as well. West Ham need to start getting some points, don't they? But considering West Ham and Spurs kicked off at 7:45 and Liverpool and Newcastle kicked off at 8. There isn't a 15-minute gap between these. There's only a 9-minute gap. Just shows you how much added time they've had at West Ham. Would you take a point against Arsenal, says Game? No, I think United need to win that game. It's a home game. Like you've got to win. No, I'm quietly confident about United at the moment. Look, confidence before a fall, but I think we'll win tomorrow. I think we're building something. And I think if Ronaldo does stay, which I think he will now, that's a big bonus as well. So I think that I think if we can keep that back 5 together, I think United are looking good. But it's a big game. Big game. Do you think Gerrard will get the sack now, says Laura? No, I think they'll give him till Saturday night because it's so close to bring a new manager in. And also, if Villa sack Gerrard, what have they got? You know, I think Villa have got to go for Potter and it's not easy. Arsenal fan here, just finished my 3rd pint of Spurs tears. Should I order another one in a school night, says Chris. Well, it's nice to be having a couple of pints on a school night. Well done, Chris. Well done to Arsenal. They're doing very, very well. I mean, I'm not an Arsenal fan. I don't like Arsenal. I mean, just like Arsenal fans don't like United. But I do feel a bit of vindication that I could see what Arteta was doing very early on and some Arsenal fans couldn't. I still think there's 1 or 2 Arsenal fans who would love it to fall apart because they want to be proved right rather than support the team. I must admit, as a United fan, I knew Van Gaal was wrong. I knew Moyes was wrong. I knew Mourinho was wrong. And I knew Ollie was wrong. Not from the start, but I did know. But nothing in me would have... When I'd said Ollie needs to go after that Liverpool game at 5-0... if he'd have suddenly won loads of games, I'd have been very happy. I want United to win. I sometimes think, you know, this Arteta thing's just a bit weird. No kit ratings this season, Mark, says Moist. No, we just ran out of time with it, to be honest. Was Mane's importance at Liverpool underrated, says Universum? I think the problem... Look, I like Diaz. I think he's a very good player. But I think the problem with Mane is psychologically Liverpool have lost somebody that they can really... You know, he's one of the best players in the world. And psychologically, the opposition know Mane's not there anymore. And I think that almost forces the opposition to think, well, if we keep Salah quiet, we win the game. I think football's a very psychological game. And I think teams are fancying their chances against Liverpool because Mane's not there. I I don't think Liverpool are necessarily a worse team, but I just think it psychologically gives everyone a go. Do you think Casemiro should start tomorrow, says Harry? Yeah, you've got to start getting him back into the team. Also, as I said before, I think Liverpool have fell off a little bit this year. I think they have fell off a bit this year. I just don't think the intensity is the same. I think they're a bit burnt out. That summer was very quick from the end of it to the start of it. So, yeah, I don't think Liverpool are going to get a win here. I don't think they deserve a win. Anthony Johnston says, I'm 40. We've just had our first son, Beckham Johnston. Any advice, says Anthony? If it's your first one, Anthony, it might feel like a bit of a sledgehammer because you'll think you're never going to get any sleep again and life will never be the same again. It does. Enjoy it. Work through it. It's a great experience and I'm sure you'll be a great father. Enjoy it. Arteta reminds me of a cheaper Simeone, says Austin. He doesn't play any football anything like Simeone. Spurs have drawn 1-1. 1-1 for Spurs. West Ham, after a terrible start of 0 points from 9, they've taken 4 from 6. A win at Villa and a draw against Spurs. Not a bad result for them. Mikael Roach, thanks for the super chat. What's wrong with Spurs? Says haha. To be honest with you, do you think Arsenal would go to West Ham and definitely win? I think it's a game Spurs would have liked to have won, but I don't think West Ham are a bad side. I think West Ham just had a weird start to the season, didn't they? I don't know what went wrong with West Ham at the start of the season. Actually, who did they lose to? Let's have a look. So they lost to City on the opening day, which is understandable. The Forest game was the one. And Brighton, yeah. I mean, Brighton are very good. Yeah, they've had a bit of a bad start, West Ham. They shouldn't be losing to Forest and they shouldn't have, Brighton at home is a bit of a dodgy one as well. But I'm sure Moyes and West Ham will improve now. They've made some interesting signings. They're no different than from last year. I think West Ham will start picking up some points now. But then again, you say that, it's difficult. They've got Chelsea next on Saturday. We're going to do that as a watch-along on Saturday afternoon, actually. That's a big game, Chelsea-West Ham. Then they got Newcastle. They've got... Oh, God. West Ham. I tell you what. I say West Ham might start picking up some points now. They're playing in the Conference League. Do you know who they're playing in the Conference League? Get ready for this. FCSB. I think they sell furniture. Silkeborg. And Anderlecht. I've heard of them. Cross in by Liverpool. Van Dijk. Oh, I thought it was going to drop to Diaz, but they've done well. There's only 3 minutes to go here. If United win tomorrow, they go 5th, says Jack Brown. I'm going to have a look at the league table in a minute. Thanks everyone who's watching, by the way. Really enjoyed these watch-alongs. Saturday's our next set of watch-alongs. We're doing Everton, Liverpool at 12:30, and then we're going to do the 3 o'clock games with Chelsea and West Ham, probably the featured one. Gerrard's got to go. I say that with confidence because I know a lot of Villa fans and they want him to go. Everton fans don't actually want Lampard to go. But the problem with Gerrard is the Villa fans have had enough. So I think he's got to go. I can't see him turning that around. We need to start the Southgate out agenda, says Cartel. We don't. The World Cup's coming up, mate. I want to enjoy the World Cup, although I can't see us doing well. Pope catches that. We're just about to head into stoppage time now. Go, says Brad. Let's have a quick look here. I think FCSB have won the Champions League in '86, says Sonny. Apparently it's Stare Bucharest. How would I know that? Yellow card for Trippier from Mariner. How would I know FCSB is Stare Bucharest? If you gave me 5 minutes, I'd probably figure it out. Carvalho. Side netting. Mark, if USA beats England in the World Cup, you've got to give some subs, says Bryce. I don't think it's as far-fetched as you sound, you know. 5 minutes added on here. Woody keeps telling us that Villa have only got 3 points from the last 15. Woody, if you tuned in on time, you'd know. Slow Sports News, we've done that conversation. So, 5th place is Leeds on 8 points with a goal difference of +3. And Fulham. Fulham and Leeds are in 5th and 6th with 8 points. United would go above them both with 9 points if they beat Leicester, because United, there they are with 6. Yes. Yes. United could go 5th tomorrow then. Interesting thing is, I'll give you a scenario, it probably won't happen. If United beat Leicester, they go 5th with 9 points. If they then beat Arsenal, they'd go to 12 points and be 3 points behind Arsenal. It would be Arsenal's first loss of the season, but United would be 3 points behind them. The key is, and Arsenal fans will tell you this, and Spurs fans will tell you this, if you lose games, it's fine as long as you win loads of games and you don't draw. Draws are what kill you. Liverpool, Arsenal and Spurs last year, they lost a lot of games, but they didn't draw. That's the key. Don't draw. I mean, obviously you don't want to lose loads, but don't draw. Sorry, Gerrard's won 3 of his last 15 matches, says Wood. Sorry, pal. I thought you said he'd got 3 points from his last 15 points. That's horrific. 3 points, 3 wins from your last 15 games is crap. He's got to go. They've got to go. If Villa want to be a big team, they've got, and I thought in Gerrard they had it, they've got to go and get a coach who can, who's a good coach. And somebody said to me that Gerrard lost his right-hand man from Rangers to QPR. Well, you know, maybe that's the secret to his success. Look at what happened to Mourinho when Rui Faria left. Got the sack within 4 months. Seren makes a good point. A draw is much closer to a loss than a win. You're right, because you lose, you get no points. You draw, you get 1 point. But if you win, you get 3. That's 3 times a draw. Marden says, I agree, it's always better to lose than draw. Well, it's not, but what I'm saying is, Brighton last year drew loads of games. All right, you stay unbeaten, but Brighton lost less games than Spurs and Arsenal, but they didn't finish anywhere near top 4. Once, twice, 3 times a lady. There's that Isaac goal. He took it so well as well. I think he's got a good finish on him, Isaac. I think he'll score some good goals. I think if he gets 12 Premier League goals for Newcastle this year, that'd be good. Hey, Fernie says, imagine if draws gave you 2 points. This will make you laugh. I remember Serie A, Italy. No wonder it's been so tactically boring for so many years. When I was growing up, and I'm not talking about the 60s, I'm talking about the 90s. I can't remember when they abolished it. Someone in the chat will know. Serie A, you only used to get 2 points for a win. No wonder it was so tight. Like 2 points for a win and a point for a draw. Somebody just said it, Jack Brown. Can you remember 2 points for a win and 1 for a draw? I don't think we've ever had it in the English football, but it was in Italian football, and I can't remember when they got rid of it, but it was definitely there in the 90s. Mark, Mourinho went from Rui Faria to Karaki. What a massive upgrade, says Anshaman. This is going to be a draw. This is going to be a draw for Liverpool. That's a bad result for Liverpool, I'm afraid. What does that give Liverpool? Six points. 6 points from 15. That's not good enough. I did a video on this channel a week ago and I said Liverpool in crisis, question mark. I think they are a bit now. Well, the referee's adding a little bit more time on here. Stoppage time on top of stoppage time. Not a big fan of that, to be honest, ref. Not really. I'm not a bigger fan of... You've added 5 minutes on and now you're adding another minute on. Not a big fan of this, ref. Still not a fan of it. You're into the 96 now. But Newcastle on the attack. Joel Linton will keep this on. Liverpool fans might wish he'd blown it up. Good play. Lay it off. Ooh. Liverpool will come away with it. Referee just wants to keep playing here. 96 minutes. What the fuck is this referee doing? 96.5 minutes. He's still going on. Well, Liverpool have got a corner here. 96 minutes and 40 seconds. He's nearly doubling his added time here. I don't agree with this. I think when you add 5 minutes on and then you add 2 minutes on top of that, that's bullshit. Absolute bullshit. You should not be adding 2 minutes on top of 5 minutes. We're into the 97th minute now. And they've scored. They've scored. I told you, that's a bloody joke. Not over 97 minutes. That's a disgrace. And Liverpool score. Absolute disgrace by the ref. That's disgusting, isn't it? That's disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting. 5 minutes added on, and he adds another 2 minutes and 10 seconds on. It's not right. It's just not right. There's just no way you can add that much time. In fact, well, no, I don't know. I don't know when the goal goes in. There's nothing wrong with the goal. Nothing wrong with the goal. It's a legitimate goal by Liverpool. There's no handballs or anything. Carvalho takes it wrong. But explain to me, when 5 minutes have been added on, why are you adding another 2 minutes on top of as well? I didn't see. It just feels unfair, that. Feels a bit unfair for Newcastle. He's basically added 50% of injury time on top of the 5 minutes, but... whatever. Good win for Liverpool, that. They needed that. They needed that. They've got 8 points now. 7 points off the top. Carvalho scored the goal. I think Salah might have got an assist on it. I'm not 100% sure, but I think Salah got an assist. Definitely had a touch on it. Let's have a look. FPL. Fancy Premier League. Yeah, Salah got another goal. So, well, bit more points for me. More points. I feel sorry for Newcastle there. But I'm just reading what's being said there. What an assist by the referee. I've just tweeted it there. Andre Mariner with 3 assist points in FPL and 3 bonus points for Liverpool's man of the match. Right, I tell you what, it's been interesting, hasn't it? Very, very interesting. Klopp's fist in the crowd. His fist is still at it. Look at that. He's loving it. He knows it's a big win. It's a big game against Everton at the weekend. Whatever you want to say about Liverpool and whatever you want to say about Klopp, there's just something about Liverpool and late winners with that team. They go to the end. Right, thanks everyone for watching. I'm going to get off and watch a bit of telly. Speak to you all in a bit. We'll be back at the weekend for our next watch-along. It's Everton against Liverpool, but tomorrow night on the United Stand, it's Man United's turn against Leicester.